Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. How's it going today? Hey, today I want to talk about pivoting and changing course. So, in 1902, there was a company called the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company. This was 1902. They they had a business license to mine for precious minerals. So they started mining, looking for, I believe the mineral was called corundum. They were mining for corundum, and out of this mine, and there were five founding partners. Well, a couple of years in, they found that they weren't actually finding corundum. What they were finding was a different metal, and they were devastated. They thought, you know, as a mining company, they were looking for corundum because it was ideal for manufacturing sandpaper, and sandpaper was the business that they were wanting to go into. So when they found it was a different mineral, they were crushed. They didn't know what to do, but they knew that they had developed some really great relationships with investors, and they had their eye on a mission, and they had this mindset, this image of what their company was going to become. And so they held strong to that, and they found the benefits and the things that this other precious mineral does that corundum didn't. So they started rapping with this other mineral, and found a scale of different uses for it. So they started using this other mineral. I apologize, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but when they started working to the strengths of this other mineral, they started realizing, hey, what do we have that's working well, and what are the maximum amount of uses for that specific thing. So you fast forward from 1902 to present day, and the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company is in all 50 states. They are in 300 different countries, and they operate out of 90 different countries. And they changed their name slightly. The name of their company now is 3M, which stands for the 3Ms of the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company. So 3M, the reason that I'm talking about them is because my mom recently had a surgery, and she was in this her hospital gown, and it had a little different, a little more modern design than we had seen before. And so I looked on the tag and looked at the brand, and the name of the brand I didn't recognize, but when I did a little research, I found out it was 3M, and then decided I would do a little training, a little brief history lesson on 3M, on what can happen if we keep our mind on where we want to see ourselves. So we want to see ourselves in business, or in our personal lives, or in our family lives. We keep that in mind. Okay, in their case, they had five passionate investors that all saw the same vision. They all saw the same thing. And so they held strong to that. They had developed strong relationships with investors, which really kept their cause going, and kept money coming into the business, so that they could conduct research, and all the tons and tons of different things that come along with being a mining company. I mean, the compliance pieces alone are sometimes maddening. It would be too much for me to face as a business owner. That's why I'm not in the mining business. But those stories of people like that carry on in our hearts and in business. And those of us who are business owners, we can take a lot of wisdom from the pioneers of the past. So if something in your life isn't working, Where do you want to be? What's the end game for you? Where do you want to be in 30 days, a year, 5 years? What does that look like for you? And when you've got that tapped in, when you've got that kind of zeroed in, and you've zeroed in on those things, then you pivot, you reset, you subtly change things as often as you need to, but you never give up. Don't ever give up. Don't give up on you. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on how much beauty you have to offer the world. And with that, I'll see you next week. See ya. Bye-bye.